Yo, what's going on, man? Today is April the 20th, 2023. It's your boy Chris. This is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show where I'm live on Twitter. I'm also live on YouTube as well. We got a lot to get into. 3-game slate. Kawhi already rolled out for the people who don't get alerts. And we got 2 other big game threes tonight. Somebody gonna go up in these series. We got three series, and all of them are 1-1. Besides the Golden State Warriors, who are in a desperation spot. First time for Steph being in his career where he's down 0-2. So, and he don't got his running mate, one of his tag team partners in Draymond Green. So we got a lot to get into, man. As you guys join, I ask that you guys hit the like button for me, show some support, show us some love. Appreciate you guys for doing so as always, man. Enjoy the community that we've kind of cultivated collectively. It's not all me, it's everybody else that kind of chimes in as well, man. Shout out to all my speakers before they even join the stage. Shout out to everybody that's listening, no matter if you're in your car, if you're at work and you snuck to the back in the break room, you watch it from YouTube, from the comfort of your sofa, wherever you at, right? You could be anywhere, anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. All right, so let's jump into it, man. Real quick, recap of yesterday. 2-2 night. Couple of the leans that I talked about did. A couple of the leans that I talked about did cash yesterday, but official plays. Lakers money line. Boy. I'll just leave it at that. Austin Reeves over the 7.5 rebounds plus assists. That was a cash. Milwaukee first half. I think a lot of us was on Milwaukee first half yesterday for good reason. They did cash. Wasn't even a sweat bet. Didn't even have to really watch that one. And then Bam Adebayo over his 12.5 rebounds plus assists was not a cash. He got the rebounds, just couldn't get any assists last night. The Miami Heat didn't get a lot of assists in general, a lot of ISO basketball yesterday from them. So 2-2 day yesterday. The 3 leans that I talked about was Desmond Bane to go over his points, rebounds, and assists. That did not cash because Anthony Davis let Xavier Tillman body him. So Desmond Bane didn't need to do as much. I also talked about the sneaky look of Jimmy Butler going under his 40 and a half points, rebounds, and assists, and that was a cash. And then Drew Holiday over his rebounds and assists over 14 and a half, and that was also a cash. So I didn't give out the other plays. Like I said, I kind of wanted to wait, didn't want to, throw too many plays around, but I did kind of like all of those plays. So hopefully you guys made more money than you lost. It's always the goal, but let's see if we can get back on track, man. 2-2 day, not the worst. I had people DMing me like, checking on my mental health. I'm like, bro, I broke even today. I didn't go 0-10. It's not that big of a deal, but I appreciate people reaching out. I guess when you on a heater, people, just want to check in. You go 2-2, they feel like you lost all your money. I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. But like I said, I appreciate it. So that's what we got there. I'm gonna go through these games, like I said, kind of rapid fire, trying to be a little bit quicker, man, so I can kind of open it up to my sharp guys that got something that they want to share. Then we getting up off it, man. I'm trying not to be on here for an hour and a half today to discuss just 3 games. So let's jump right into it. Like I said, if you joined late, hit the like button for me if you can. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button for me if you can as well. I do want to make this announcement real quick too. So if you're in the YouTube membership, you're a ChrisBeCappinn Community support member. If you're at the ChrisBeCappinn support tier, where you pay the $5.99 a month for my plays and for the access to the guides and all of those good things, I did try to make a video earlier. It was about 9:40 this morning Eastern time when I tried to make a video, and the video I recorded the whole thing. It was like 6.5 minutes breaking down this Nets and 76ers game, all for me not to have any audio. I'm not sure 100% what was going on, but my audio wasn't working. So you can see my lips moving, but you can't hear anything that I'm saying. So I deleted the video. I tried to do it again. This one was a little bit shorter, like 5 minutes and some change. That one didn't work. So I said, screw it. I just made a post and I posted the play. So if you guys are a part of the membership, if you're part of the channel, then, it's as simple as going to YouTube. If you click on the community tab, you should have access to all of the plays that I kind of shared this morning. So community tab, and it should be literally right there. So for anybody who is watching, a lot of people, feel like it's kind of, it's difficult to do. You click the community tab, it's all right there. You click the membership tab, it's all right there. And then if I was to, let's see, did I focus in? I do find a focus in. So that is the membership tab. You guys can see it there. I Hold on, let me get some focus. Membership tab and the community tab does the same exact thing. If I post a video, it'll be under the live section. And if you guys have notifications turned on, then you should get notification every single time that I post a play, as long as I don't post it to long as I make it available to just the community members only. So excuse me. I wanted to make sure I got all that out the way. And like I said, let's jump into it. Hit the like button for me as you guys join. Let's get into it. So first game up is the 76ers taking on the Brooklyn Nets tonight. They will be at Barclay for game 3 tonight. And you know, I looked into this game, I think into some great detail. I'll start with the 76ers side. In game 2 of this series, let me see if I can get this up real quick. All right, so in game 2 of this series, hold on, bear with me. Let me get straight. All right. So boom, there we go. So in game 2 of this series, we saw some regression, right? We saw some regression from the 3-point line for the Philadelphia 76ers. In game 1, they shot 49%. In game 2, they shot just 31% from the 3-point line. And we had a trifecta spot in this game. We laid the points with Philly, we laid the 10, we took the under in the game, and we took James Harden under his points as well. So they shot 31% in game 2 and still won the game by double digits. They dominated the rebounds yet again, 56-33. I don't see, anything happening different in this game. And from the Philly side, I think, just kind of looking at the numbers, right? What happens with these numbers? What changes, right? So one of the things I looked at was in the history of the Killer Sports database, I looked at road favorites who won game 1 and 2 as home favorites, of course, and they're still laying 4 points or more in game 3. Those teams are 27-11 straight up, 23-15 against the spread. That's 60.5% says that they cover in this game tonight. If it's round 1 of the playoffs and it's a road favorite and they're playing, 1 to 2 previous games at home and then they're laying 4 points or more on the road, they're 17-9 against the spread dating back to 2004 as far as the database goes. That's 65% say that the Nets, say that the Philadelphia 76ers not only win this game but cover as well. Since 2016, for more, up to date, last few years, last 7 years, if you don't want to look over the whole database, these teams are 6-2 straight up and against the spread. So one other angle I looked at was kind of involving the total. I think the total also tells us a story, right? So the total in this game dropped from last game. So that's what I looked at. What if road favorites who won both game 1 and 2 at home, then they're laying 4 points or more on the road and the total actually goes down. It's a lower total. Those road favorites are 13-1 straight up, 10-4 against the spread. 71% says that they win this game and cover it tonight. On the Nets side, right, in game 2, this team was actually winning at halftime. They were winning 49-44 before getting outscored 52-33 in the second half. I think they had a 19-point quarter and a 14-point quarter in the second half. They lost the game by 12, didn't cover the spread. They shot 37% from the field, 31% from the 3-point line, and they shot more threes. Coach Jacques Vaughn said at the end of game 1 that he wanted to see this team shoot the ball more. He wanted to see them get out in transition and run. Their bench scored 15 points in the last game. Those 15 points was a combination of Royce O'Neal and Seth Curry. I think that Cam Thomas can be activated. I was reading some stuff for the Bleach from the report, and you got to think about this. Brooklyn hasn't scored over 105 points in either one of these games. I think they scored 101 points in the last game, and that was the most points they scored all series. So it really wouldn't surprise me because desperate times call for desperate measures. I can see Coach Jacques Vaughn doing whatever he possibly can. Will the role players play a little bit better today at home? I think so, right? Maybe Joe Harris, he didn't do much in the last game. Royce O'Neal, I'm kind of counting on. I think he has a better game today as well. But the system tells me that home dogs of 4 points or more that lost both games on the road as road dogs, you fade those teams. They're 5-21 straight up, only 9-7 against the spread. 65% trends that says that they lose this game and they don't cover the spread. So I did lay the points with Philly. This was the play that I gave out this morning. Philly -4.5. I think they win this game by 2 possessions tonight. I know it's a desperation spot for the Nets, but I think that they're just overmatched in this one. I think they've done everything that they possibly can. And I'm looking for, I'm looking for Philly to win this game with their defense, not so much their offense. So Philly -4.5 is my favorite play of the day, matter of fact. Player props in this game, though. I do like 2 player props. I did jump on Royce O'Neal. I see my guy Dream in the chat. He's been giving out Royce O'Neal rebounds plus assists. I'm taking Royce all the way around today. I like his points, rebounds, and assists. Plus money at plus 102 on Bet Rivers when I was capping it and put it in this morning. So first thing we got is the desperation spot. We see a lot of these teams play a lot better when their backs are up against the wall, and that's you really just got to come out swinging and kind of give it everything that you got, which is why these teams are covering the first quarter and first half. And you get a sense of complacency, man. You can't cap complacency. It's really, really difficult. But if you want to look, you want to try to figure it out, just look at the guy with the braids, the tall guy for the Lakers with the braids, and check his box score from game 1 to game 2. And then just check him, see if they were playing against the same defenders. And you'll see what I'm talking about when it comes to, just sense of urgency and complacency. So Royce O'Neal's in a spot tonight where I don't feel like he's going to be complacent. Like I said, they kind of need him. I do expect him to get big minutes. They've been playing a little bit small ball, trying to put him on Embiid as well. But I think, offensively, he kind of steps up today. So somebody got to step up besides Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. If so, those guys could go for 30 apiece. They're going to finish with 60. The bench and the rest of the starters might score 20, and you still only finish up with 80. So I expect Royce O'Neal to step up tonight. He's averaging 14 points, rebounds, and assists in this series in the first 2 games, but he's had a game of 2 for 11 shooting from the field and 2 for 5 shooting from the field in game 1. He's also only 2 for 12 from the 3-point line. So I think I think you see a sense of urgency. I think he makes a couple of those looks at home tonight. I did play Royce O'Neal over the 15.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Absolutely love that play. Opposite side of the ball, I'm going James Harden right back to the well with this guy. And I'm going under again, his 19.5 points. Best odds when I capped it earlier and played it was on Bet365 at -115. 23 points in game 1, right? His 7 threes, and then he come right back down to life with just 8 points on 2 for 8 shooting in game from 3 in game 2. Only shot 3 for 13 as well. And the crazy thing about it for me with Harden is that he's not even getting to the free throw line in this series. He's yet to shoot a free throw in both games. And I talked about him being a step slow. He almost, when he's going downhill, if he doesn't have a full head of steam and nobody's in front of him, he almost kind of jumped like Jokic. Can't make it over a loose leaf sheet of paper. But they just have a lot of, really good defenders that I feel like, make it difficult for him to kind of finish oversized. I'm talking about guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, Mikal Bridges, of course. And I don't know if we see that sense of urgency for James Harden, especially if they're being that they're up 2-0 in this spot. So I think, Barkley going to be rocking. They're going to try to support their team as much as they possibly can. I don't think Harden gets to the free throw line. And I think Maxey steps up in this game a little bit more than Harden does. So I did play Harden under 19.5 points tonight as well. Harden also just 3 free throw attempts in his last 4 games in the playoffs dating back to last season. So the referees aren't giving him any calls. I don't think he's going to get him on the road, especially with the NBA probably trying to prolong the series as much as possible. So I see a Harden that, doesn't get a lot of calls today. I think Harden goes under his 19.5 points. So I went back to the well on that one. Also, moving along, let's go to the Kings and the Warriors game. So Kings are catching 6 points. They're road dogs in this spot tonight. Let me just make sure that line hasn't changed. I don't think it has. Yeah, it's still 6. Damn, it's actually moving to 6.5 now, which is crazy. Because if you guys paid attention to this one, Golden State lost, of course, game 1 and game 2 in Sacramento. Was in position to win both of those games, just lost both of them. We cashed on the first game, Sacramento -1. I didn't play the second game at all. I know everybody and their mama was on Golden State. I said I was going to stay off, and I'm not ready to bet on this team on the road yet. But at home, I feel like you kind of have to, especially with them being there 0-2. So Draymond Green suspended. He did the Kurt Franklin stomp on Sabonis' chest the other day, and he's suspended for this game, so he won't participate in this one. But Golden State still got a lot to play for. Not sure who they put in at start, the start in his place. If I had a guess, I would say Jonathan Kuminga. Also, I think it's worth noting that Gary Payton II is listed as questionable with an illness, I think, in this one as well. So just a couple things to kind of throw out. The total in this game opened at 240. It's up to 240. I'm sorry, opened at 240 and a half, up to 241 on some books as well. So, excuse me, looking at the line in this one as well, right? All about line functionality. The spread. So going back to the spread. So the spread. So Golden State lost 2 games in a row as road dogs. One of them as a road favorite, one as a road dog. It doesn't matter. Team that loses 2 games on the road in the first round of the playoffs come back home and they're laying 7 points, because that's what this line opened at. It opened at 7. When Draymond got suspended, it got bought down to 5.5. So money started to come in on the Sacramento Kings in this spot. After it got down to 5.5, it started, as we, like I said, it starts to creep back up to 6. Now it's up to 6.5. So, the Warriors are in a pretty good spot, but it's a really difficult game for me. I think I'm definitely not betting the Kings. I want to get on the Warriors, but I would love for Gary Payton II to be in there to kind of help. I do feel like the Warriors are almost at their brink, man. Like I don't think that they lose this game, but and I expect the Kings to be a little rattled as well. But I was looking into this. Draymond has a tremendous impact on his team. So this season, across 4,482 possessions with Draymond on the floor, the Golden State Warriors are plus 9.7 in point differential. Their offense ranks in the 81st percentile, averaging 118.3 points per 100 possessions. And their defense ranks in the 89th percentile as well, where they're allowing only 110.3 points per 100 possessions. And all their other defensive metrics are up as well when Draymond is in. In the 3,251 possessions without Draymond on the floor, the Warriors are actually a -6 in point differential and points per 100 possessions. It takes a dip from 118.3 that I told you guys already down to 114. Their defensive ranks in the 13th percentile versus the 83rd percentile, and they go from allowing 110 points per 100 possessions to 120. So I think that's why you can't necessarily jump on the under. Golden State typically goes under at home. I think we still see a lot of pace in this game, and I'm scared to play the total at all. Their defense also drops to the 26th percentile as far as defensive effective field goal percentage as well. So Draymond does have a tremendous impact. I think a lot of people are, rushing to play Golden State, and I couldn't talk anybody off. I think I might jump in on the first quarter. I think that's probably the best way to kind of play this one. I just kind of feel like the Kings still got a lot, and I also feel like I don't know. I feel like Coach Mike Brown is a really, really good coach. Like I said, they're not going to win the game, I don't think, but I can see him kind of keeping it close all the way to the end. But Golden State definitely wins the first quarter, first half for me. Did I play it yet? No. What is the trend says? The system says that home favorites of 5 points or more that lost both road games to start the series. Those teams are 66-24 straight up, 51-39 against the spread. That's 56.7% in game threes. And if it's a 3-6 matchup, those teams are 3-1 straight up, 2-2 against the spread. All 4 of those games have gone over as well. So official play for me, I probably will get there with Golden State. I haven't placed it yet. First quarter -2.5. If you guys can get on, if you have access to Barstool, they do have a 1.5. That's like a -120. It just kind of feels like Golden State's going to be rocking tonight. That place is going to be jumping. So first quarter, first half do feel like more of the spots for me. De'Aaron Fox can still be efficient. I don't expect a lot from these role players for the Golden State, for the Sacramento Kings. I'm talking about guys like Keegan Murray and Trey Lyles. Malik Monk might take a step back. But I do think it's, a little bit more difficult to assess without Draymond Green services being there. So those are my thoughts on the game. Player prop. I do one I really absolutely love in this one, and that's Klay Thompson over his 28.5 points plus rebounds combined. Back-to-back games for Klay Thompson where he scored 21 points in both games. Back-to-back games with 37 and 38 minutes, so he's going to be on the floor. Do-or-die game, of course. The desperation spot is for the Warriors as well. 13 shot attempts and 19 shot attempts. I love to see it. If I'm backing a guy that I need to score points. back-to-back games with 5 and 6 rebounds as well. And you add in the addition that there's no Draymond. And we also know that with about 25 games left in the season, Coach Steve Kerr, called I wouldn't say called him out, but he challenged Klay Thompson to be a better rebounder. I think we see that tonight. I also think that the Golden State Warriors get a lot more whistles tonight. This team has not been, getting the benefit of the call throughout the entirety of the season. And I did see that the crew chief for tonight is the referee that has called the most fouls in the NBA throughout the entirety of the season. So just some notes on who's officiating the game, and all that kind of leads me back to Klay Thompson, man. I think that this guy, we know how much of a competitor he is, and I think he has it. I think he's the guy that shows up tonight. Steph Curry, I think, plays well. I couldn't talk anybody off Wiggins, but I think it's Klay for me, man. I like his 28.5 points plus rebounds. I got it at a minus 108 earlier this morning. And last thing I'll say about that is in the 5 games so far this season without Draymond, Klay is averaging 24.6 points, 5.6 rebounds. So that's good for 30 points and plus rebounds. And in a game with this magnitude, it just kind of feels like Klay is the guy that's going to probably go off. So I did take Klay over 28.5. I think that, watching the other games, it does look like Coach Brown knows how to make sure Klay's working on the defensive end, but I still think that he'll save a little bit for the offensive end as well. So those are my thoughts on that game. The spread for the Clippers game is now up to 7.5. Of course, they're open at 3.5. Money was coming in on Phoenix throughout the day. The line had moved up to 4 on some books. The total opened at 226.5. It's down to 224.5 now. And like I mentioned, Kawhi Leonard will not be available for this game. You see Phoenix come out. We did cash in the last game with the Phoenix Suns team total first half over 57.5 on a buzzer beater 3-pointer from Devin Booker. I'm not sure where this line went. Matter of fact, I should probably look real quick because when I tried to pull it up earlier, they had pulled all the props off because of the Kawhi news. But a play that I gave out earlier, I was on a propcast with my guy Munov, and a play that I gave out earlier in this game was Mr. Booker, Devin Booker. A lot of people probably not going to like this play, and that's totally fine. Fade me if you want. Devin Booker, under 39.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. So PRA under for Devin Booker. Let me see what the number went to. I feel like it's probably – it's still the same. Under 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Devin Booker. This is classic zigzag theory. We talked about it yesterday, but it's just with a player instead of an actual team. So first, the thing that I'll add to this is that Devin Booker probably won't have to do as much tonight. Not to say that they won't play with their food like we saw the Lakers do yesterday. The Lakers are a much better team without Ja Morant on the floor than what they showed last night. So hopefully, the Suns, if the Suns come in here and take these guys serious, Devin Booker probably won't have to go for 40 points, rebounds, and assists. But I'm cool with fading the player who had the great game in the zigzag theory. So Devin Booker's coming off a game where he had 38 points, 9 assists, and a rebound in the last game. So he cleared this number pretty easily. What's that? 38 plus 10 is 48. So 48 points, rebounds, and assists in this last game. There's a couple different things that could go wrong. KD could be the guy that explodes because that hasn't happened yet throughout this season. The Clippers could play better defense, right? Because they kind of let up, last game on the defensive end. Of course, their defense won't look as good, I don't think, without Kawhi Leonard, but they also won't be able to score as much. So you kind of got to rely on your defense a little bit more. In 4 games this season without Kawhi and PG, the Clippers are 4-0 to the under in all 4 of those games. Also, going back looking at Devin Booker, in his 15 career playoff games, he's averaged just 24.2 points and 5.5 rebounds with 3.9 assists. That's good for 33 points plus rebounds plus assists. And this was the cherry on top for me. In 9 career games versus the Clippers on the road specifically, Devin Booker has only gone over 40 points, rebounds, and assists 2 games out of 9. So he's 7-2 to the under in this spot today. So it's a half unit play for me. All my player props are half unit plays, but I did take Devin Booker under 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists today as well. I didn't play a side in this game. If you could have got the number because you got access to a very slow book that doesn't lock it up like a BetMGM, you could have got a 5.5 as soon as the news came out. But that moved pretty quickly, and I didn't even update the banner. Let me update the banner real quick. Suns, Clippers. Like I said, the line's 7.5 now, and I think the total was down to 224.5. So I want to make sure I update the banner so people will know what game I'm talking about. Suns, Clippers for me, Devin Booker. I let it ride. I took it this morning. I'm not cashing out or withdrawing, none of that. I'm letting it ride. Devin Booker under 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists in this game is my best bet for this game. So in totality, you guys should have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 best bets for me. I will put those up at the bottom of the ticker in just a few minutes, but I want to get to the guys real quick, see what they're on. I also want to go through the comment section, see if y'all got anything in here worth mentioning. What's up to my guy Sean? Always here, always got the positive vibes. He says hit the like button for me. Appreciate it if you guys do that as well. What's up, Robin Maddock? What else? Seth Curry over 7.5. I could not talk you off at the crib. Seth should have a big game tonight. I could not talk you off of that at all. What else? What's up to my guy Akbar in the chat? What up, Peter? Eric Gordon over 4.5 in the first quarter. I could not talk you off. So I had notes on Eric Gordon. I was actually going. He was a strong lean for me. Kawhi was a strong lean as well. What I had on Eric Gordon, his points prop was sitting at 12.5 before the news came out. 12 and 19 in the first game for Eric Gordon. 12 and 14 shots. I know if I see a shot attempt per point, I'm typically on that. 32 and 33 minutes as well. I was actually looking really hard at Eric Gordon tonight, but I don't like him as much, being that the defense kind of focused on him, and they were doubling Kawhi. You know, they couldn't do anything with Kawhi, so they started doubling Kawhi a little bit. So I don't like it, as much. I think it's going to be more of a group effort. I probably look towards Norman Powell. He'll be him and Russell Westbrook. Literally two of the only guys that's over there that can go, kind of create their own shot. So let's see what the number went to. Eric Gordon points went up to 14.5. The over is actually pretty juiced. Well, the over is actually not juiced at all. The under is pretty juiced. So maybe he doesn't get that. Maybe he gets it. I'm not sure. And then Norman Powell went to 21.5. So his over is it fluctuates between a minus 120, it looks like, minus 125, and a minus 111, just depending on where you're shopping. Caesar's got the best line at a minus 111 for anybody interested in Norman Powell. But those should be the guys that scored the most points, is how I'm looking at it anyway. AD is soft, John says. Yeah, we're not going to talk about AD. Boy, boils my blood. Let's see. Bridges or Maxey, I can't pick. Cool. Could be a Bridges game. Could be a Bridges game tonight. John says Philly sweep. I think this one's going to be a sweep too. Maybe a gentleman sweep, but I think it probably will be a sweep as well. Let's see. What else? Poole and Wiggins are going to be the X factors tonight. I can see that. Zoned Up said they lighten the beam tonight. Okay. Looney under 11.5, under 11 rebounds. Just Jay. I don't know about that one. I think Looney has a big game. I was really close to playing Looney points plus rebounds tonight. Line was like 19.5. Just listening to the reports, he talked about having to, stay out of foul trouble, play a lot smarter, because they don't have anybody behind him besides, Jermichael Green and Jonathan Kuminga. So he really needs to be out there on the floor to kind of anchor that defense, the interior of their defense anyway. So, yeah, Darren, that's a fact. Warriors are truly a different team at home for sure. Definitely a different team at home. Vaughn says he likes Sacramento team total over 117.5. Myron said he hopes Golden State is trailing at halftime so he can bet them live. If Golden State trailing at halftime, that might not be the greatest thing. That might not be the greatest thing. Of course, we know what they do at home, but you don't want to be trailing at home with it in a desperation spot like now. You got to come out and do the swinging. Don't get swung on. Kings also best road team record from the West. They are the best road team from the West. Yeah, the West was terrible on the road in totality. Klay Thompson over 0.5 free throws on Prize Pick. I like it, Just Jay. They probably foul him on a 3-pointer tonight. Glad we on the same page about Klay. Let's see. Coop says he's scared this might be a trap game for the Suns. I could see a potential trap game for the Suns. I think they get the job done though. I don't think that Clippers team got enough. I know I said the same thing about the Grizzlies yesterday. I just feel like a team with KD, CP3, Aiden, Devin Booker. I'll go back to what I said about the Lakers. The Lakers should have won that game last night because when you AD and Bron, you literally could fall one time and be done for the rest of the season. Why not play with the sense of urgency, right? Why put yourself in a situation where you got to go back to Memphis now, right? And I think the Suns, understand that, they got punched in the mouth early. So it's a little bit of a different situation. I think the Suns win this game tonight. I think they probably cover the spread too. The Lotto parlay for Patrick. He said he got Steph Curry 40 and 30 and 5 threes. Oh, and Klay. It's supposed to say Klay. Klay 30 and 5 threes and 40 from Curry. Okay. What else? What's up, Chris? Team total under for the Clippers at this point? No, I wouldn't say under for the Clippers. Just because if it's a letdown spot, that's what'll burn you. The Lakers gave up 80 points last night in the third quarter through 3 quarters. The Grizzlies had 60 points at halftime without Ja Morant. Is absolutely insane. Don't do it. Trayvon said he's on Golden State. I can't keep up, bro. There's so many messages in here. Let me get to my sharp guys real quick, man. I'll try to come back to the chat. I didn't realize it was gonna be this many messages. Like I said, hit the like button for me if you guys join late. I'm gonna put my best bets at the bottom in a second, but let me get Dream up. Let me get Frag up. Let me get Stefan up. Great White, get you connected, and then we'll keep it going after I get to these guys. Get to my sharp guys real quick, man. Frag, you are up first. Dream, can you hear me? I don't think Dream connected. Dream, can you hear me? Nah, you can't hear me. Frag, you up first. What's up, Frag?
Yeah, what's going on, Chris? Yeah, Dream ain't even he's not connected. He's still listening.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'll get him back up. What's going on with you, man? How you doing?
Good, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro.
So quick recap: 2-1 yesterday. Nuggets got there. Luckily, they kind of blew the lead, and Jamal Murray ended up saving my ass. Bucks first half squad ride. I feel like everybody was in here on that, so I'm happy that came through. Even though I'm pretty sure a couple listeners, that don't speak tail that too, were on that. So I'm glad everybody cashed that. And I know you didn't want to speak on it, but Mr. Anthony Davis, I'm not too sure what to say exactly about that performance. We won't speak on it too much. We won't speak on it, but I do have one thing to say. Mr. D'Angelo Russell, if you don't fucking figure your shit out by game 3, your ass is gone, man. I cannot stand this guy, man. This guy is one of the worst players I have ever seen in my life. This guy just does not know what he's doing out there, man. He's giving up strong side corner threes to Luke Kennard. Then he's giving lazy inbound passes, and then he fouls him on a 4-point play. This guy just doesn't give a shit. I think he just does not care. And I think Darvingham might have to bench him. If he comes out lackadaisical in the first quarter in the next game, I think he just needs to get benched for Dennis Schroeder and just let Schroeder run out there. At least he plays defense, and his offensive game is it's not bad though. So I just had to say that D'Lo really pissed me off yesterday. I'm not gonna lie.
He's so inconsistent, Fred. I know. I'm not. We're not gonna harp on this, but I told you. I know. Game 1, I told you I like this under, but I didn't play it. You said you like his over, and I don't think you played it either. And he cashed it in the first game, but he's just so inconsistent. And if you really watch basketball, you know the game. When the Lakers put their best lineup out there and D'Angelo Russell, he's he's out there. It's him, it's AD, it's Bron, it's Hachimura, and let's just say it's who am I missing? Vanderbilt or it's all right. So him, Braun, AD, Reeves, right. All right, so Reeves, Braun, AD, D'Angelo, and Hachimura or Vandy, right? When that lineup is out there, he's the guy that gets picked on because his defense is the worst. I haven't even looked at it, but everybody goes at him. When you need a bucket, you just call his man up so they can set the switch and you go at him. Whether you Tyus Jones, you Ja Morant later in the series, or you Desmond Bain. That's how you get your buckets because he can't guard anybody. Like it's pretty bad. But yeah, go ahead. I digress, bro. Go ahead, bro. I can't. I'm really starting to think that he's working for. I told y'all he was playing for the Timberwolves when we was in the playing game. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but he's not looking like he want to stay with us no matter what his words say. But I digress, Fred. What else you got?
Yeah, so I got a couple plays. First one, I'm going half unit. I mean, I went off the uni yesterday, so I'm just gonna keep it light. I'm not too a fan of this slate. It's kind of tricky. I feel like kind of the lines are juiced and like correctly like placed out on the book. So first one, I think Steph Curry, man. I think 7.5. I don't know. I just think it's too low, man. Jacques Vaughn said he might lean on the bench and Cam Thomas might play and stuff like that. I don't see him playing, honestly. He wouldn't play the dude in the regular season when he was dropping 40, and now he's going to play him in the playoff game. I don't think so. And I like Curry, especially with the narrative. He just always likes to stick it to Doc Rivers. So, 8 points from him. I mean, at the crib, he's a hooper. He's someone that when I watch, he has pride. So I think he gets 10 points or 15 or whatever. I'll take a stab at that for a half unit for my first play.
7.5.
Yeah, I had locked it in. Yeah, 7.5. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was looking at the Clippers game. I got nothing on that as far as right now. And then I went to the Warriors game. I got 2 plays. First one is 2 props. I don't know, man. I just think with the how we've been backing these teams down 0-2, and just taking them first quarter, first half. I have a bad feeling about this Warriors game. I don't know why. I just feel like we everybody cashed on the Knicks, first half first quarter trifecta, and then the Bucks won. I just think this one, I have I don't know why. It's just a bad feeling about it. So I'm just gonna stick with the props. First one's gonna be Wiggins, though, 18.5. With Draymond being out, he's gonna got to play big minutes. I mean, he's their best defender without Draymond. So I like for him to just, he got fresh legs. He wasn't playing with the whole family stuff or whatever. So I like him to get 20 points. I mean, I took it at 18.5, but I think he gets 20 today in a must win. I said, I mean, I'm not a fan of the first quarter, first half, but I think the Warriors do come out and play hard and, play with pride. I just think maybe, it's just a tight game. And then the second pick, I don't understand this line. I'm taking Davion Mitchell 6.5 points. I'm not too sure exactly what the books did with this line. I don't know if he's just going to go out there and stink up the bed, but one thing I know is he's going to be on the floor and he plays defense. So I kind of know his minutes are going to be secured. I think he's going to play from anywhere to 20 to 25 minutes in an up and down game. I think 6.5 points is, low. They're kind of, shade off them with D Fox in the pick and roll with, Sabonis. I think he gets a couple open looks from 3, and he also has a mid range. I mean, he's not, incompetent. He can score the ball. So he took 10 shots last game. He played 28 minutes. He plays defense. His offensive game is not bad. I mean, for a guy from 6.5 points. So I'll take a stab at that one as well.
Okay. Now, I mean, I like all of those looks, Fred. I couldn't talk you off anyone. I like that you're buying low on a player that's, like you said, his minutes is pretty secure, man. Like, he gonna be in the game because his defense gonna be needed to slow down Steph Curry. When Jordan Poole come in the game, he gonna switch off on him. So I could not talk you off of that. Wiggins should see big usage tonight, so I couldn't talk you off of that. And then you went with the little Curry brother today, Seth at 7.5. I like it, man. Nice role player numbers, Fred. That's what you cashed on a couple weeks ago when you was talking about Sadiq Bey and Bogey. So I could not talk you off, bro. I like these looks a lot, man. I hope you go 3-0 today, Frank.
Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like it's a little weird too, Frank. I swear, if Draymond was playing in this game, I probably would go 5. I wouldn't tell y'all, but I would go 5 units on first quarter for Golden State. But without him, I feel like there could be an adjustment period that's needed because the Warriors don't have a large sample size this season without Draymond starting the game. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant. Probably still gonna play it. I'm probably gonna play, half unit on first quarter, first half, because the Warriors are they are a third quarter team. But if they're gonna do anything in this game, it is gonna be like they're gonna have to start with a sense of urgency, right? The crowd is going to try to match that of the Kings, right? Like you kind of as a fan base, you got to do your part as well, right? E40 got threw out, well, not thrown out, but that was the whole racial bias thing that went on there. So I do expect the Kings to kind of be looking like the deer in the headlights in this, to start this game. Not to say that they can't keep it competitive, but these numbers are pretty small. Like I said, you can get a 1.5 on. You still can get a 1.5. It's like -124, -125 on Barstool. And I think I'm cool with the -2 as well. If you want to buy it down and get a 2, I just don't. Y'all. I talked about it. A lot of these quarters been winning. First quarter's been winning. And I've been kind of staying on the sideline because first quarter's been terrible to me. If I don't play the Bucks, I've been bad, man. I'm transparent with you guys. First quarter's been terrible. So when I feel like it's a motivational spot, teams been kind of letting me down. But the numbers do say Golden State come out here smash in the first quarter and the first half. So I think I'm gonna play both, Frag, and I'm gonna just go half unit on both, bro. But I couldn't talk you off your 3-player props, my guy.
Yeah, and then just one last thing, my bad. I found a note. I think it's like 18-0, like for the spreads, like as a favorite, they're covering the spread. So like if they win the game, the favorite, they're actually covering the spread. So,
yes, sir. So if you like the team, just lay the points, is what Frag's saying.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, but eventually one of these teams that are favorites are going to win, but they're not going to cover the spread.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I feel like it just stuff like that. Eventually, shit has to go the other way. It can't just keep going that way. You know what I mean? Like I got lucky with the Nuggets yesterday. I think they won by 9. I had like 8.5. I've seen some people, so they won by like half a point. So it's shit's got to come back the other way. Just that's why for the people out there.
Yeah, nah, for sure. It'll come back the other way, but I think as long as it's these motivational spots, like as long as the Timberwolves gonna struggle, as long as they got Rudy Gobert in the game. I know we just talked about D'Angelo Russell. Rudy Gobert is bad, bro. He is so bad. Offensively, he is so bad. When you have a potent offense on the other side, oh my God, I watched it. My eyes almost started bleeding watching Rudy Gobert out there.
I'll even toss in another one for you. I'm not about to cut you off and take up too much time, but Karl Anthony Towns absolutely.
Hey, but the thing is, Frank, I can almost guarantee you Karl Anthony Towns gonna have a good game next game because he didn't play good in game 1. He didn't play good last game either. I think he gonna be the guy to step up next game. But I bet you, Rudy Gobert was a -28 in the first game. Nobody played well because they lost the game by almost 30. But he was a -28, my guy. Like, you out there to play defense. How is it that your team is outscored by 28 points and you're supposed to be one of the defensive player candidates of the year? Like, I'll get off my soapbox, bro. But yeah, I can't bet on the Timberwolves until I watched, the first half of that game last night and I turned it off because my eyes started to bleed. And I said, I'm going to sleep, bro. Like, I can't watch this no more. But I like the looks, bro. I like the looks for sure, man. For everybody who joined late, if this is your first time in the space, because the numbers do kind of go up during playoff time. I see 600 people in here right now, and it's been a little minute, man. We used to get 1,500 when I first started, and then the numbers kind of dwell back down. But it's 600, and the number keeps increasing. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is I'm just playing. I'm Chris, man, and if you guys are new here, I do these shows every day, Monday through Friday, 5:30 Eastern time. So if you're new, just kind of resetting the room, man. If you're new, tap in, come through. It's not just myself, but it's a lot of other guests. I wouldn't say I sell my picks. I would say that I do this show and I give out my plays for free every single day. But if you want my plays early when I do, go live with them and I put them in myself, that is available through YouTube. So there's a link that's in my Twitter at the top, and you guys can click that link. It'll bring you over to my YouTube page. I would definitely subscribe there, turn the notification bell on so you know when I go live. If you want to join and become a member, it's $5.99 a month, not $599, not $59.99. It's $5.99. I stopped by the store and got a bag of chips today, and it cost me $10 because I got 2. So that's what I'm saying. Like Like it's $5.99 a month if you want to come, support. If you want to be a supporter member, you can do that too for $2.99 a month. You just dropping through, casually, want to see what the people are on, what the sharp guys are liking. But now that I got that out the way, let me kick it to my guy Dream, and then Stefan, I'm coming to you, and then Great White, I'm gonna get to you as well. What up, Dream?
What's the vibes, my guy? How you?
Hey, bro, I ain't good as you, man. I saw somebody had a little 2-leg in game through points bet last night with a 40 and a 35, and both of them had 40, so you won't even sweating it. Woo! Hey, shout out to Dream, man. I wish my guy Wham was up here so he could, give you the round of applause, man. Shout out Dream, man. I tell people that. I tell people to follow, man. You gotta follow Dream, bro. You gotta follow Dream. Dream out here making all your dreams come true, man. What up, Dream? Talk to the people, man.
Oh man, see here y'all go. Now I gotta try and follow this up. First of all, I appreciate the words of affirmation, my guys. I appreciate it, man. Everybody up here really give out good looks. So if I could contribute a couple days, man, I'm more than happy to do it. So just a quick recap yesterday. Went 4-1. Vincent really held it down. He cashed a couple of the blunt money bets I gave out with the threes and the 15 points. So yeah, we probably be looking at him again next game. But what I'm on, so I heard you talk about Royce PRA. I appreciate the shout out. It's funny because I feel exactly the way you feel. I'm gonna stay on his rebounds and assists over 7.5 rebounds and assists. I got it at minus 115, I believe, on FanDuel. He's covered this number 10 in the last 12 games. So yeah, I'm gonna keep messing with Royce. But yeah, I can't talk you off his points, rebounds, and assists, mostly because he's gonna have a good shooting game sooner or later. And if he's playing that small ball 5 like he was last game, and he get 8 threes, he's probably gonna hit a few of them. So I definitely couldn't talk you off the PRA, but I'm gonna just stick to what I've been playing every game in the playoffs, and that's his rebounds and assists. Next, Andrew Wiggins. It's crazy, man. We almost mirroring each other. So I'm on Wiggins points and rebounds. Obviously can't talk you off of Clay, because Clay can have 30 tonight. And that's how I feel about Wiggins. Wiggins can have 25 tonight. And another reason why, first of all, the number just hopped off to me. 25.5 points and rebounds. But I don't have much data behind it, besides the fact that I remember last year in the finals, I was playing 22 and 23.5 points and rebounds, and he was covering the hell out of that. And this is going to be his first game home after missing all of that time, man, for the family issue. And there was some ugly rumors out there about like why he might have been out or whatever. So, I mean, that crowd is going to be behind him. Every time he score, every time he make any kind of play, they're going to really be lifting him up. So
that's a fact.
Yeah, I love Wiggins points and rebounds. And the last straight I'm on is Terrence Mann over 10.5 points. I got that minus 130. I seen it at 128 on FanDuel. The 11.5, just like yesterday with Gabe Vincent, man. Like I said 9.5, but I gave out the 11.5 and he covered it. I feel the same way with Mann. If it's at 12.5 right now, I feel confident with that. I just took 10.5. I decided to pay the juice. It's simple, man. I cashed on his points and rebounds last game or 2 games ago. I can't remember. He's had 10 points twice on the road this series, so you're going to get him at home with 10.5 points as the line, and you got Kawhi out, who's pretty much accounted for half of their points, either scored or assisted the series. So long story short, a lot of minutes out there, a lot of points out there, a lot of shots out there, and I like Terrence Mann to just play a little bit better than he's been playing so far. He's also a big time contributor on defense, guarding Chris Paul, so he should play down the stretch. And just real quick, I love that under book PRA. It's the reason why he don't cover that is because that boy like that nightlife in LA. So yeah.
Shout out to the Kardashians, man.
LA book not covering that. Couple long shots. Well, first, I don't know if we got Dante decentralized. I don't want to steal nobody's thunder, but if anybody got a word on him, I would love to hear it. I'm needing his rebounds and assists. I'm just waiting for the lines to drop. But a couple blunt money bets. So Steph Curry threes. I got 3 at 650. I'm not sure where it's at now, but I'd play it to 500. I got Wiggins 4 threes at 400. I'm not sure where that's at. I played at the 350, and I got Nicholas Batum at 650 for 3 threes. I played at the 450, 500. So those are my blunt money bets. And Norman Powell, I haven't even posted this on my page. If I'm talking too much or if it's too much, all my plays on my page. But Norman Powell on DraftKings, I believe, to lead the game in scoring. Check FanDuel and DraftKings. Yeah, matter of fact, he's DraftKings. Norman Powell to lead the game in scoring is plus 1100. He plays for the Clippers. That's on DraftKings. And DeAndre Ayton is plus 3100 to lead the game in scoring. In Phoenix. And that's on FanDuel, plus 3,100. Just worth sprinkles, man. The concept behind blunt money bets is whatever you would spend on blunts, you just sprinkle on this. So I don't see why Ayton can't have a 25 and 14 point game and KD finished with 20 and Book finished with 23 and they win by 15, 20 points. Same thing with Norman Powell. He can go for 30 tonight and they can still lose. So if you really, I love Russ, but I don't think he does it, but you can get Russ at plus 800 as well. So that's what I'm on tonight.
Lot of looks, Dream. Dream got the looks, man. I be trying to tell y'all. Y'all think I be playing, man. Y'all better follow Dream. Y'all better follow Frag. Y'all better follow Stefan. Y'all better follow Ben. Y'all better follow Great White, man. Y'all better follow LJ. It ain't just me, man. The show is meant. If I said it yesterday, man. If I wanted to do a show where it was just me, I just make these a lot shorter and just talk myself, and that'll be it, man. So give these guys a follow, man. I turned Dream notifications on. Let me check real quick. Dream got 595 followers, bro. That's crazy. This dude deserves at least 10,000 followers. It's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Yo, just follow Dream, man. Take a second and follow Dream. Follow Frag, man.
Real quick, first of all, I appreciate that, but real quick, shout out to you, my guy Ski, and my guy Wham, and my guy Moonoff, because I just started capping NBA this year. And I started the year with 79 followers, so I ain't even complaining.
No. It just can go. It can go fast, Jay. It can go fast, bro. It should go a lot faster, man. It should go a lot faster than that, bro. Like, it should really go fast. Like, I don't care what the number you started. I don't care if you started yesterday. Get my guy to dream to 1,000, man. Get Frag to 1,000. Get all these guys that come up here, because this ain't about followers. But for you guys, it is about who you're following. I could follow nobody and I'll be fine because I'm gonna do all my work myself. But I follow the guys for connection purposes. But let's just get my guy Dream to where he should be, man. That's what I'll say. I'm not big on the follower, the milestones, all them things. I don't care. I care about my account and about my bankroll and about cashing these bets. But some of these people just deserve their flowers, man. Dream definitely one of them. Shout out to Dream, man. Killing it in the playoffs. All his plays posted on his page. Give my guy Dream a follow, like I said, man. Let's kick it to Stefan. Stefan up next, and then Great White, and then Ben. What's up, Stefan? How you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing excellent. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Real quick, before I kick it back to you, Stefan. Shout out to Joseph B for joining as a member just now. 3-time. My guy, I know he in here all the time for joining as a member. Appreciate y'all, man. Back to my guy, Stefan. What's going on? We got the resident Knicks beat writer in the building. What up, Stefan?
Baby. Hey, first off, shout out to you really quick. I see you, bro. I see the growth. Like, I saw you kind of with your plays and the analysis. You moving today.
Hey, I told you I'm trying to get in and out, bro.
I see you. Yeah, nice little reset. Man, love that. And hey, shout out to Dream. Man, I mean, what he did with PointsBet last night was just unbelievable, bro. That was just fantastic.
Yeah, they're gonna put a limit on my guy sooner or later, Stefan.
They're gonna take his account away.
They're gonna hit him with one of them suspicious activity emails. I got one of them last week.
Real quick, Resorts World already limited me, man. Resorts World, they won't let me put no more parties.
Feelings are hurt.
That's what it be, bro. That's what it be. But back to you, Stefan. My fault, man.
No, it's all good. It's all love. I'm on 3 plays for tonight, and I have one question. So the first play I'm on, I wanted to attack the fact that Draymond's not playing tonight. And after digging into the numbers, it's pretty startling how much the turnovers pop up for the Warriors, and it's pretty obvious why. It doesn't really need to explain why. Draymond being a guy who kind of just runs the show, I feel like he really gets them settled into their offense, and you'll see often, like when Steph needs to get a bucket, a lot of times they'll just run the offense through Draymond. He'll come down on a pin down, and he really set him up. So because of that, I want to attack with De'Aaron Fox, and I'm on his 2 steals at plus 105.
3 in game 1, 4 in game 2. And the reason I love it so much is the Warriors turnovers pop up 4.5 when Draymond's not in there. And it's a small sample size, but I was able to find 3 games where Steph was in there and Draymond wasn't. And you saw one game against the Hawks, 7 players had a steal. One against the Nuggets, 6 dudes had 1, 2 dudes had 2. And against the Bucks, Milton had 3, Drew had 2. So one, it's going to be a tight game. You don't have to worry about minutes, so I love that. And on the season, when Fox gets those 38-plus minutes, which I think you're going to see tonight, he's over this line, and he's actually doing it. He's actually over 2 steals in 6 of the last 8 games. So I love that. And another reason is that boy Davion Mitchell, man. Shout out to, I think Frank mentioned him. That boy is a pain in the ass to Steph Curry, bro. Like, I never thought of Steph Curry as like an old player until I saw Davion Mitchell chasing his ass around the floor and just making life miserable.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did with him is I did 1 steal for him today. It sucks, though. It's on like minus 180. And I put it with Jalen Brunson 1 steal tomorrow against the Hawks at plus 137. But that Knicks-Hawks game is just going to be a rock fight. And I really think Davion, like Bragg said it perfectly. He's going to get like 25, 28 minutes. I just think that there's a game where the Warriors are going to turn over 16, 17 times, and Davion's just got to get one of them. And I like his chances to do that. And for like a little lotto tonight for what I did, because I think there's going to be so many steals tonight, not a full unit, maybe like a quarter. I did Fox 3 steals, Davion 2 steals, 950. Davion has 3 steals game 1, 2 game 2. So basically, it's happened in the first 2 games, and I'm basically just saying, well, why not a third time? So I'm on those 2. And the last one, listen, nobody's going to join me on this ledge. It's not popular, so I'm going to stand on this island alone. I'm on DK, and I'm taking the Kings to win Game 3 and the series at plus 270. If they win tonight, the damn series is over. Like you said earlier today, everybody named Mama was on the Warriors, and you're right. But I wasn't. Game 1 had Kings plus 1. Game 2 had Kings minus 1. I got the spread. I got them to win. That could be way off here because I get it. Like, they're not just playing for the season. In a way, it's scary because they're playing for the dynasty.
That's a fact.
With their tax bill is like $500 million. Draymond needs a new deal. Like, there's a chance like the Draymond might not come back. Like, this could be the end of the run for all this. And then Clay's gonna want a new deal, so I get that. But if you just remove your heart from it and just look at it from a logical point of view, they had Jordan Poole's ass on the bench for Moses Moody in Game 2 because he was that bad. Draymond's not in there, and then you're gonna have some semblance where it's okay. So Draymond's not there, and he had Sabonis on a leash. So now Sabonis can kind of do what he wants and free reign, and doesn't have to be Draymond all in his grill. Like, it's a tough spot because it's such a young team that lacks playoff experience, and it's the freaking Warriors. I'm literally going into the Lions den with this one, but I just look at the fact that Mike Brown's their coach. If there's anyone who understands what putting a team down when you got him your foot on your neck, it's this dude. Like, he was there in the 2016 finals when the Warriors were up 3-1, and then Draymond kicked your boy in the nuts, and then LeBron came back. Like, I just think, this dude gets the idea of, yo, if we're up 2-0 and everyone thinks we're going to win. If we give up this game, Draymond's going to be back for 4. He's going to be pissed off. The crowd's going to be crazy. Then before you know, it's going to be 2-2. Then we're going to have a game where we're going back home, and then God knows what's going to happen. Like, bro, the Kings got to, don't mess around. Take him out, right now. Like, if this was, a WWF pay-per-view, this would be, a very live match, and, the Kings are in the dirt. Just throw the damn dirt on them. They're done. Toss them away. Get them out of here. So, I love the Kings tonight, bro. They're the better team. They've been the better team than the younger team. And the thing that would scare me if I was, a Warriors fan, they haven't even shot that well. Herter's been terrible. If Kevin Herter gets hot, I don't know. I'm on the Kings, but I think nobody's going to join me on that. So I'm on those. Those are my 3 plays for tonight. And by the way, if you took that Bucks win Game 2, was it the series spread? Bro, just start the countdown when that's going to catch. The Heat's thick.
That's a fact. That's a fact, Stefan. Stefan said he going against the world today. He is on. He on if the numbers weren't so strong, Stefan, I'd come over there and join you. But I'd rather be on first quarter, first half, and just kind of just kind of watch the second half and see what happened. But that's nothing is out of the realm of possibility, man. We see things happen that haven't happened in a very long time or haven't happened ever throughout the entirety of some pretty long streaks and quite a while. So nothing is out the realm of possibility, man. I do think the Warriors come out here, establish themselves earlier, but two trends that I can think of right off the top of my head is that the Golden State Warriors, first of all, Steph Curry has never been down 0-2 in his playoff career, and this dude's been in the league for a very long time. The other thing I can think about is that comes to mind is Chris Paul record with what's his name refereeing, and with Scott Foster, he was 14, 13, something like that. So all trends, they're gonna reverse themselves sooner or later. So I'm not saying Stephen right, but I can see why. Sometimes you got to be out there. I love being on that island by myself. Nobody gonna join me today, Stephen, on Devin Booker under 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Yeah, no.
One question, really quick. What do y'all think about this PJ Tucker, man?
3.5 points. I saw that, bro. I almost made a post.
Bro, he smoked a layup last game, man, and I had him threes last game, and he bricked all them over books. Oh my God! Right now his rebounds is like 4.5 plus 110, and that's a Charmin soft up front.
No, that's a fact.
No interior presence.
That's a fact. I could not talk you off his points, bro. I had never seen anybody. I almost made a post. I was like, nah, I don't got enough time to do it right now. But I almost screenshotted his points at 3.5 minus 128, and be like, I never seen anybody with a line this low. Like, why even put it out if it's gonna be that low? It's almost like they dangling dangling candy in a kid's face, man. It's kind of crazy stuff. It's really crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's like they're just out there to torment people.
Yeah.
But I agree 100% by the way with Dream with that Seth Curry threes ladder. Like I love that. Like I'm grabbing that too.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you, Steph. I hope you catch the looks, man. I'm gonna kick it to Great White and then to Ben. But real quick, I thought that I hit the right banner, but I hit the wrong banner. So I put the recap up of last night versus my best bets for today. So if you join late, if you part of the membership, you got these plays earlier with a brief write up as well on all the plays that I'm on today, and they're at the bottom right now. Best bets for the day. Like I said, I took Philly. My breakdowns at the beginning of this video. Philly minus the 4.5. Golden State. I did play the first quarter, first half. -2, -3.5 in those spots respectively. Royce O'Neal always 15.5 points, rebounds, and assists. James Harden under again 19.5. Clay over 27.5 points plus rebounds, and Devin Booker under his 37.5 points plus rebounds as well. So few official plays for me today. I'm rocking with all of them. Let's cash all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plays, 7 plays for me today. 7 plays for me today. If you guys don't know, I'm doing a prop cast with my guy Munoz. So that's why it's a couple more plays. All of my prop plays are half unit plays. Half unit plays on props, and on my sides, I'm going a unit on all my sides. So just so you guys know, hopefully people joining in kind of make sure they heard that as well. I don't go as heavy on props all the time, even though yesterday I talked about Anthony Edwards. Should have laddered him. I ain't even played the 23.5. So I digress. Let me kick it to Ben. Ben, what's going on? And then Great White, I'm coming to you as well.
Chris, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I can't complain. I don't know. Sometimes we come in here and we say we love a slate and it don't go well. Sometimes we come in and we say we love it and it does go well. Well, I love this one tonight, man. I think we got some spots we can take advantage of. I'll start. One thing I've been trying to do is get rid of recency bias, because sometimes, right, what you see last game, right, can affect what you're thinking for the next one.
Zigzag.
People forget, right, how bad the Warriors were on the road this season. Very, very quickly, people forgot about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those games were a lot closer with Sacramento. I thought Sacramento was going to blow them out, just with how bad, the Warriors were on the road this year. With how bad they were on the road this year, they were equally prolific at home. When a really good team, with good players, has their back against the wall, as you and I kind of talked about with the game 1 favorite losing with game 2, right? System that you and I were DMing about. Right?
Uh-huh.
I can't back that team more. You got the dynasty back against the wall. I mean, I don't even like the Warriors. I'm going heavy on the Warriors tonight. First quarter, first half, full game, team total. Any way I can buy the Warriors, I'm buying the Warriors today. I've tried to do a better job of taking the name off the back of the jersey and just worrying about the front and treating them all like robots and just using environments and motivation for teams. And when I've been disciplined enough to do that, it's worked really well. So I'm all in on the Warriors tonight. I have 2 small player prop plays in that game as well. I got Clay over his 4.5 threes. I think Steph's going to have to distribute a little more tonight. And, the line would indicate that with his assists getting bumped up to 7.5 with big use. And then I'm on Looney over the 11.5 rebounds. 3 home games this year without Draymond. He's cleared the line all 3 times. Then we'll go over to the Clippers game. We're talking about being on an island all alone. I think I'm going to be on an island all alone here, but I'm okay with it. I got Russ over his 21.5. I love that Russ shot really poorly in the first game of the series and still took 19 shots. If Russ is shooting well, I would imagine he takes well over 19 shots tonight. The other thing is, I figure from an athletic standpoint, Russ was a better player than, better athlete than Chris Paul. But I did a little digging. And since 2015, January 1st of 2015, he's averaging just about 26 points per game against Chris Paul. And that includes, games where he had to play alongside guys like LeBron or AD, guys where he wasn't the focal point. He's going to have the ball in his hands the entire night tonight. So I love Russ over his 21.5. And then I'm with Dream. I'm all in on Terrence Mann. That's my biggest player prop bet of the day. I'll pull a couple numbers out. I think Dream did a really nice job of articulating a few points. This year in games where Terrence Mann played 26 minutes or more, he hit the 10.5 77% of the time. And in games where Terrence Mann played 26 minutes or more without Paul George, he hit this 79% of the time.
Damn, okay.
So I'm big on him tonight. I think he's getting 32 plus minutes. I dropped it down to 26 just in case there's foul trouble, right? But I mean, I'm a big Terrence Mann guy. Terrence Mann is I think one of the more underrated players in this league. He's a really good athlete. He's a really good defender, and they're going to need the defense if they're going to keep the game close. Which I agree with Dream. He's going to play down the stretch. Kawhi Leonard, pretty high usage player, right? Taking well over 20 shots a game more often than not. Those shots got to go to somebody. If he's playing 30 to 32 minutes tonight, I think we cash this with ease. I think this is latterable. I really, really like Terrence Mann, and I got him at the 10.5 at the minus 128 on FanDuel that Dream referred to. I don't even know if the line matters on this one. I think he's getting up and over it pretty easily.
Okay. Terrence Mann, Looney, and Clay for you.
And Westbrook, my boy tonight.
Oh, and Westbrook. Yeah, Westbrook. You said over 21.5, right?
Yeah. 21.5. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And you Ben, you did trifecta spot for Golden State as well and their team total or no?
Oh yeah. Not trifecta on the team total because I could see them putting the clamps on Sacramento. First time this group's been in the playoffs on the road.
Right.
Maybe they don't get to the team total in the first half by a bucket or two, but they could have their well-known third quarter outburst where they score 40 points in the third, and put this game on ice pretty quickly.
Right. So you play all 3 spreads, and then you play the full game team total over.
Full game team total. Exactly.
Got it. Okay. Hey, you should at least go 3-1. I would think, Ben.
Let's hope, right? Let's hope.
Yeah. Okay. Best of luck to you tonight, Ben. Cash your looks, man.
I appreciate it too.
Absolutely.
I got one question for you too.
Yeah. What's up?
I was thinking the same as many have come up here and talked about with D'Angelo Russell. Obviously, the chemistry is just not there with this group yet, just because of the injuries down the stretch with some of the Lakers players. If we're anticipating D'Lo getting benched, do we just take his under PRA tomorrow because of the better chemistry that they have with Schroeder?
I think we wait and see what happens with Ja. Not that he's necessarily going to be out there on Ja, but what'll happen, Ben, at least in my estimation, is that they'll put Vanderbilt on Ja, of course, but they'll also Ja look for the switch and everybody will try to seek him out. So if he's not contributing on the offensive end, I think that they probably pull a plug on him, and he doesn't play as many minutes, to as the game goes on. So maybe a live under.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, I don't think D'Angelo Russell offers anything from an offensive standpoint off the ball, right?
I mean, unless he gets hot from three, and we've seen him, hit 2 or 3 threes in a row, and I think that's the value that he brings to the team, right? It's just that he is a streaky, shooter. He can score at all 3 levels, but it's so streaky. He could go 5 for 17, or he could go, he could have a quarter where he goes 4 for 5. So it's just it's a lot to, and I don't typically like fading guys like that, those boom or bust type players. But I should have faded him last night. I absolutely should have faded him last night, especially off a good game one.
Because I'm thinking LeBron just tries to give Dylan Brooks everything in the kitchen sink tomorrow.
Yeah, I think in the heat of the moment, Ben, he probably does. But Bron is so level headed that he's not going to let a matchup get too personal to take him out of his game. So I don't think it. I think he's probably done with that. But when the Lakers need him to get a bucket, if Anthony Davis looks like he wants to go play in the Chinese league tomorrow, then maybe Bron starts to go crazy. So I would say, and I always talk about the Lakers being kind of tricky because they got so many players that can do so many different things as far as scoring and like you said, lack of chemistry. These guys haven't played too many minutes together, especially with AD coming back and then Bron getting hurt. So to me, it kind of feels like maybe you kind of look at those numbers live, and if they're too high, you take the under, and if they're too low, you kind of jump on the over. So if anybody would have took Bron points yesterday, I looked at it but didn't play it. When him and Dylan Brooks got into it and Dylan Brooks started clapping in his face, Bron had 6, I think he has 15 points, and his live line was set at 27.5. He finished with 28, so he cashed the number. I was hesitant to play it. I thought about playing it, but I said, he might have woke up. He might have poked the bear, woke up a sleeping giant, and Bron may try to put the team on his back. I just wish it would have happened in the first half so the Lakers could have actually won the game and cashed the bet for me, but I'm actually glad we lost because that's what you get for coming out half-heartedly, not taking the guys serious on the opposite side because they had a D-League, a guy that played in the G League early this year out there, giving AD the business on the block last night. So those are my thoughts as I kind of, bring it back full circle on Mr. D'Angelo Russell because he is a boom or bust type player. And he facilitates so well that you don't necessarily, want to put him on the bench if you're Coach Ham either, because he get, even if he's not doing anything else, he still can go out there and get you 7-8 assists and, kind of move the ball to the open shooters because he does make the right play. I think he just thinks that shooting the ball sometimes more so than facilitating is the right play. And sometimes they go in and other times they don't. It's kind of one of those things you kind of, just kind of got to live with if you're the Lakers in my estimation. But I do like Schroeder out there a little bit more because I'm more of a defensive guy. So appreciate you, Ben. Hope you catch the looks, man. Great White. I want to kick it to you, LJ, and then Pluto, and we getting up off here. What up, Great White?
What's going on, bro?
How you doing today, my guy?
Good, man. What I tell you about the Heat yesterday, bro?
You called it. You tried. So for full disclosure, Great White tried to get up yesterday. It was too many people, so we had to shut the show down. But Great White called it. He said, he said, I'm a Heat fan, but we getting smashed tonight. He sent me his notes, everything. And exactly what he said was going to happen. So I'm glad you cashed it last night, Great White. You still there? I think Great White might have dropped. LJ, I'm going to kick it to you. And then Pluto, I'm going to come to you. And then Great White, see if we can get him back up. What up, LJ? I don't think LJ can hear me either. Pluto, can you hear me? Nah, nobody can hear me. Dream, Stefan, can y'all hear me? Did I go mute? Anybody can hear me? Testing, 1 2 1 2. Nobody can hear me? Am I mute? What happened? Connection issues on Twitter. Yo. Testing. Good on YouTube. We hear you. Okay. I don't know what's going on with Twitter, man. Twitter be tripping sometimes. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get Twitter back up and going again. Looks like the room is still there. Yo. Testing. Can you guys hear me? Nope. We got a glitch. Looks like we do have a glitch. Yo, can anybody hear me? I guess not. I think we done. Yeah, Twitter messed up, man. Great White and LJ and Pluto. I wanted to hear from those guys. They probably had to fire too. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. YouTube. I'm glad YouTube's still working. Glad YouTube's still working, man. I'm gonna have to shut the show down because if I disconnect and bring it back up, it's probably not gonna get everybody in. Plus, we was wrapping up anyway. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what's going on. My connection didn't go out. Everything good on my end. Okay. All right, well that's gonna do it, man. That's gonna do it. Like I said, my top looks are at the bottom. You guys can see I'm on Philly first half. I mean Philly full game minus the 4.5. Golden State first quarter and first half as well. Royce O'Neal, points, rebounds, and assists over 15.5. Harden to go under his 19.5 points, and Klay Thompson over his 27.5. Devin Booker under his 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists as well. So few plays for me today. The props I did go half unit on, and the spreads I did go full unit on. So best of luck, man. If y'all riding with me tonight, hope you guys catch all the plays. I'll be back tomorrow to get into it all over again, man. Best of luck tonight. I'm out, y'all.